What is normal in your country but seems weird to the rest of the world? Calling a traffic light a robot. Our wildlife is not trying to kill us. Edit, magpies accepted. I'm fairly sure geese are at the very least plotting. Rake in the lake. Magpies are evil bastards. Men holding hands in public as a display of friendship is normal in Afghanistan but super weird in the West. I think it's normal in most of the Middle East and India. Eating with our hands. In 1969, the same year the man landed on the moon, Miss Gloria Diaz coveted the Philippines' first Miss Universe crown. During the preliminary Q&A, she was asked, "Is it true that you Filipinos use your hand when you eat?" To which she replied, "Why do you use your feet?" and went her way to winning the crown. Edit. Removed misleading link. Edit 2. Shout out to Indian commenters who eat with their hands. 2. And people from other Southeast Asian countries and the Middle East. Putting broken glass bottler on the walls around your house so burglars can't jump it and rob you. I moved to Canada and they don't even have walls around the houses. All of Latin America. Yup, Chile has neighborhoods with fences like these described. Yeah, I'm Canadian and no one would even lock their doors when I was growing up in a Vancouver suburb. The cracks that are just wide enough to be able to see in and out of public restroom stalls. United States. I've heard it's thought of as weird since many other countries enjoy the luxury of privacy. How else would you know if the stall is occupied though? Seriously though, as a European having to visit the US twice a year, pooping in the US is stressful. Edit. Yay. Thank you for gold. It's my first. 99.9% of the time it's fine. And then one time when you are in mid-poop bliss with your phone out, you get a weird feeling. So you glance up and see an eye silently peering at you through the crack. Eye contact is made and the eye does not look away. You feel like ages pass but it's really just a second and you yell out something like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the eye leaves. You jump out of the stall but nobody is around anymore. The eye waits for the next unwary visitor. A short while ago they stopped selling alcohol after 10 p.m. At some stores you couldn't even get non-alcoholic beer. What's weird though is that wine is not considered alcoholic drink so you can buy it anytime. Welcome to Moldova. Wow, such gold. Much thanks. In certain U.S. states you can't buy any alcohol in stores after 8 p.m. or on Sundays. Georgia, the U.S. state, just revised the law to allow alcohol purchases in grocery stores only after 12:30 p.m. on Sundays. In restaurants, only after 11 a.m. on Sundays. It used to be not long ago no purchases on Sundays in the state. Heck, even some counties are still dry counties, where you can't buy alcohol at all anytime. Putting cable ties, branches, fake eyes etc. on helmets, buckets and hats in springtime to scare away the birds. Magpies are vicious bastards. Bribing them with fairy bread works sometimes. Calling mixed-race people colorants. I am from South Africa and I am colored, but when I went on holiday in the UK, colored is a derogatory term, but in South Africa it's completely normal. Marrying someone without knowing them and only seeing their face once the marriage is agreed on. Saudi. We have matrimonial ads in newspapers and sites to find grooms and brides, which I think don't happen in Western countries, and they find it strange. The ads are mostly published by parents. It's like Tinder supervised by parents. India? *Tindia. Can't be angry at this one. Calling them all chips, not crisps, hot chips or anything else. Just chips. Except you wedges, you can have a different name. 90% of this entire thread is Australia, New Zealand commenting. putting chips in our burgers. Edit. I'm referring to the British version. Fries in America but fatter. I know it isn't the same, but we are occasionally known to line up French fries in our burgers here too. Which kind of chips? It's a moot question really, because I've eaten both crisps and chips in a burger before. Pregnancy is a wild beast. Edit. I should specify I meant both at the same time. I wanted as much crunch and potato as possible with that sweet cheesy meatiness. Computer chips. They add a pleasant bite. In university, we thumped the tables to applaud our professors, instead of actually applauding or doing nothing. During my exchange semester, everyone not from Germany was looking at me confused why I did this. In my country, we don't applaud our professors. At least not in the one I go to. It has only happened once, when the lecture was especially interesting and professionally done. In my experience, it's done for guest lecturers, or at the end of the last lecture of the term. Definitely not at the end of every regular lecture though. Knock on wood if you're with me. Being left off of maps. This could be a great Hollywood plotline. Something apocalyptic happens, and for hundreds of years humanity is in chaos. Then finally someone escapes on a ship and hits New Zealand, which has magically escaped the global chaos, and they're like, WHAA. This place wasn't on our maps. The road to El Zealando. Kiwi, eh? Bagged milk. I know it's normal in some places but not here in the UK. Interestingly, businesses must have caught up with it, as every single Costa Binda has milk in bags. We tried it in my elementary school in the US for a while. It was a common trick to say your chocolate milk busted because you put the straw too far and get another one. It didn't last long. When will the police go after the real criminals, chocolate milk fraudsters? Whole restaurants cheering when a plate or glass is smashed. UK. Once was in a Canadian bar or restaurant on holiday and a waiter dropped a tray of glasses. The local looked horrified when I was out of my seat screaming, WHEYYYYYYY. Edit. Definitely seems more of a European thing than Canadian and American. Am Canadian, would be horrified, haha. Drinking beer before 12 o'clock and seeing it as part of the culture. Australia. My Aussie flatmate always used to say, 1 before 10 or 10 before 1. UK too. No judgment. I was speaking with a Yank and they said that the UK is like an airport. It's somehow socially acceptable to drink at any time of the day. Never thought about it that way. But he's right. Strangers sitting totally naked skin to skin in a steamy room heated to +80 to +100°C. And us having competitions on who can last the longest in there. And as a consequence of that, having seen 90% of my friends naked, regardless of gender. Also co-workers. I miss Finland. Red heart. Tax not included in advertised price. Yeah, I find this so weird. I could never get used to this when I lived in Ontario. I'm British. Dreaded each trip to the checkout because I'd never quite know how much I'd be spending. US. What other places do this? Vegemite. Golden Gate time. Okay, you're going to have to explain. It is an ice cream in Australia, called Golden Gate time and Golden Happy Time. It is pretty delish. In my friend's country, Easter is when gangs of boys roam the countryside, pouring water over girls and beating them gently with sticks. The girls then have to thank them for it. I thought that was pretty weird. Edit. She's from Slovakia. Some random drunk old guy hit my ass with a stick in Prague on Easter 2 years ago. That explains it. Czechia and Slovakia, who also it supposes to keep women and girls young and healthy. Well, they had to come up with something. Cunt is a term of endearment. Context dependent. Context. Alright cunt, how's it going? Sprinkles on buttered bread is made by fairies and is perfect for kids' parties. And anything negative said about said treat is sacrilegious. Haggleside is still my favorite childhood school vacation memory. Till the Netherlands and Australia share a delicious treat. Growing up in Australia with Dutch parents was just sprinkles everywhere.
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox.